Sliding down the last street as the day creeps. What you doing with nobody at home? Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul, come on. Give me what you got, oh, oh, oh. Give me what you got, oh, oh, oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care when we're dancing tonight, just as long as you're there in the break of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I've been waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Extra touch and pull up, hand in hand for one last touch. Shake extra touch and pull up, hand in hand for one last touch. Shake extra touch and pull up, hand in hand for one last touch. Give me what you got, oh, 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 oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care when we're dancing tonight, just as long as you're there in the break of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I've been waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Cowboys going up against the Patriots. So let's get you up to Foxborough as we check in with our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Partner, I know you call the play-by-play, but you know your ball. If I throw these numbers at you, all right, 6 yards shy of 2,000 of total yards from scrimmage for a rookie running back. What do you think?
Sounds like me in high school.
Sounds like you doing it, right?
It's really fascinating at what he was able to do. The thing for me, though, he did that as a rookie. Where do you go from here? I mean, can you keep going up from those numbers your sophomore campaign?
I think that you can. He's had examples of that preceding him in the NFL. Some guys who are in the Hall of Fame right now. Remember, he had 16 total touchdowns because it's not just his ability to run it. He catch it out of the backfield as well. No one plays harder than this guy does, down in and down out. I think he's just going to keep getting better.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to roam now. A big play there on the screen pass. 36 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up with a screen pass, lofted over them, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right.
Prescott now steps away to his left. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They slot Gronkowski outright. Brady now on first down, going underneath for Lewis. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down. Brady to throw on second down. And he dumps it off to Blount. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it third down. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he is going to lose yardage here. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. 10 yards still left on second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Brady, slant route, caught by Edelman. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Second down, Prescott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Prescott to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. Lance Dunbar is running back the intended target, and it brings up fourth down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Shift together here from the D-line. On second down, Elliott. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Now Elliott, and he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. In motion left, the tight end. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions, and boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a 5th-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
Last year for Edelman, just below 100 receptions, 98, over 1,100 yards, 3 touchdowns. And, you know, this is a guy that gets a lot of pub for being that perfect receiver for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. What's his role going forward?
I think his role going forward is to be a bona fide #1 receiver in the NFL, meaning he's not just a Tom Brady receiver. He's that guy for anyone. And he spent so much time proving himself as he got into the league, just what you were talking about. Can I have a role here with New England? Now it's not just proving himself. It's continuing to develop in his craft. And I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. He never gave up on himself in his dreams, and he doesn't give up on any single play.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to Foxborough after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They slot Gronkowski outright. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And LeGarrette Blount just does not go down easy. You know, from my experience as a defensive back, this was a difficult guy to try and tackle because of the force that he runs with, and he's not going to be daunted no matter it's the 1st quarter or the 4th quarter, Brandon.
Well, what shocks me about last year, 18 touchdowns. I mean, the yards were pretty good, 1161. But when I think of New England, I don't think of a running back getting 18 touchdowns.
Yeah, that to me, it was the combo that made the 2016 season for him. Most yards in his career, most touchdowns in his career by far. And he's the type of guy that, hey, you want to give it to me inside the 5? He doesn't believe anyone's going to stop him.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brady to throw again. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Brady now on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. And a long way to go. They started that drive at their own 3, and they scored 3 from it.
What an excellent job by an offense that could have very easily just said, okay, let's just take a few plays safe, pump the ball away, and play some defense. Instead, they found a way to attack and put themselves in position to put points on the board.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way.
Oh, wide open, complete. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. And the young Bucks showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A first down throw for Prescott. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. This is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended that parity. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Going for the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with him.
And he loses the football a second time, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Here's Elliott. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complimentary football?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off Byron Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Prescott on 3rd and 2. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Third and short yardage. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now Dion Lewis to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And quickly, they get to the line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And now it's second down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Brady will try again on second down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Terrell McClain able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Shotgun now for Brady. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Brady got to have this one. And oh, look at the catch by Gronkowski. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And out now come the Cowboys. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, 64 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Wide open, Gronkowski. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here's Brady. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. That'll bring up second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
I remember growing up playing basketball, my coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And I got to tell you, I've never coached, but if I'm a coach here, what do you say to your team after a loss this deflated?
After a loss like that, the less the better. Just get in the locker room, tell them that you care about them, and you'll see them at work come Monday. But boy, oh boy, you got to find a way to let this one go fast.